Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. My name is Yana and this is The Scented. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing a few fragrances that are marketed towards women, but that I think would smell amazing on men. A lot of the times you guys ask me, I mean men specifically, in the comment section, whether this fragrance that I had spoken about would work for you. And a lot of the times, mostly I talk about women's fragrances. And so here are a few fragrances that are marketed towards women, but I think would actually smell fabulous on a man. So on the tray next to me, I think I have about 10 or 12 fragrances here. I haven't really counted, but these are the ones that I think would work wonderfully on a man's skin. Make sure that you guys stay tuned until the very end because I will tell you which one of the bunch is my favorite. So let's get started. Kenzo Jungle L'Elephant. This is a very spicy, clove-centric, beast mode, long-lasting fragrance. This actually is not one that I can pull off. It is a really good fragrance, and I actually think that this would smell amazing on a man. It's a very fall-winter fragrance. It projects like crazy, and sometimes even when I smell it just from here, I don't even have the cap because it's a tester bottle, I smell it just out of like whatever's on the atomizer, and the particles of the fragrance get stuck in my nose and I can smell it for hours later. So this one, it's a really, really good, like well-crafted, high-quality, spicy fragrance. I actually think this retails for about $50 or $60, so definitely worth checking out Kenzo Jungle L'Elephant. Another great one is from Lancôme, and this is Magie Noire. It's a really strong oak moss fragrance. This almost smells like if you took a barbershop scent but made it greener and woodier and gave it more of an edge. This is extravagant and it smells like old money. This smells like people going out wearing furs and top hats. Like, it actually smells very old school, very, very fancy. And so mostly it is a little bit of a woody green fragrance. It's a little bit bitter, mostly oak moss. Like, it's an oak moss bomb, but it also has a lot of spices. It has honey. It has a lot of green facets like cassis. It has patchouli as well, vetiver, lots and lots of different notes. Galbanum in here as well gives it that bitterness. This could easily be worn by a man. In fact, I think I would prefer this on a man. This would smell very luxe and very like old money. The next one is from Narciso Rodriguez, and this is Narciso For Her, in the black bottle specifically. I find this one is a little bit more unisex than the one in the pink bottle because this one's a little bit less sweet and it's got a little bit more of an edge to it, a little bit more patchouli. This is a beautiful musk fragrance, and even though it is clearly marketed for her, I think it's very, very unisex. And it would smell amazing on a man. Narciso Rodriguez fragrances for men are not as popular. The female marketed fragrances are a lot more popular, and they're very, very well done. This is musk, patchouli, vetiver. It is a very classy and versatile scent. I think this could be worn out, like on a date night. I think this could also easily be worn in the office, and it will smell unique, and it will probably smell a little bit niche-y on a guy because it's not like a typical men's fragrance at all. Well, it's not a men's fragrance at all, but it would smell very unique and very elegant on a guy. So I definitely recommend this one. The next fragrance is from Hermès, and it is L'Eau de Merveille and Lombre de Merveille. I have just a little Sephora samples, but this was actually suggested by one of my viewers and he was absolutely right. I'm gonna spray it on a piece of paper. This is a really interesting blend of citrus, woodiness, and like a very piney, like fur smell. Fur, F-I-R, not fur like fur. Yeah, it's really beautiful and it's very, very unique. I haven't smelled a lot of fragrances like this. This is totally, totally unisex. Even the bottle, I think, would look great on a man's counter because it actually looks quite unisex. Like, a lot of the fragrances that I'm talking about here, some of the bottles do look a little bit like feminine suggestive, but I think that the Lombre de Merveille and L'Eau de Merveille, they look totally unisex, those bottles. I love this fragrance. I think it's a really great blend of amber, citrus, and woodiness. It really does smell like a realistic orange, like an orange being peeled, but in a very warm, cozy room. Almost like you have a fire going and you're sitting beside like this warm fire and you're eating oranges. And even that being said, I do think that it's not only a winter fragrance. I think this could be across all seasons. It's very interesting. It's a very unique fragrance, and I think it would be totally signature scent worthy. It's like the best of all seasons somehow combined into one magical fragrance, and it's a wonder I don't have a full bottle yet. I will definitely be getting one very soon. I think that this would be great on me, great on a guy, and yeah, totally one that men can pull off very, very easily. I realize I did mostly speak about L'Eau de Merveille, but Lombre de Merveille I'm not as familiar with, and I haven't worn it as much, but I did smell it briefly and also thought that it could easily work on a man. So either one of those, but I can't give you like accurate scent descriptors for the L'Ombre de Merveille because I haven't had enough experience with it. The next fragrance is from Kate Walsh and it's called Boyfriend, and this is such a unique, beautiful, warm myrrh fragrance. It's a little bit sweet, it's very resinous, like very warm, and totally a winter scent, like totally a fall winter. It's such a cozy, cuddly fragrance, and it's called Boyfriend because it's marketed towards women and it's meant to smell like your boyfriend, but you can be the boyfriend that this smells like and just wear it, and then it works for you too as a man. So it's one of my favorite myrrh-based fragrances. The next fragrance is also blatantly marketed towards women because it's Zadig and Voltaire, This Is Her. But guys, it's a creamy sandalwood scent. You can easily wear this. It's like a milky, soft, beautiful, beautiful sandalwood. A little bit of whipped cream, like the chestnut note really comes through as well for me. And it's such a unique fragrance, like guys can definitely pull this off. The next fragrance is Shalimar from Guerlain, as well as the Shalimar flanker that I have here, Shalimar Souffle de Lumiere. Both of them can easily be worn by men. The original Shalimar, I actually cannot wear myself. It doesn't come off right on my skin. But it's a vanilla, like leather incensey fragrance. On my skin, I get a little bit of a bug spray vibe, I'll be honest, but I think that's just my skin chemistry. I have smelled it on other people and it smelled fabulous. I think a man could easily wear it. It came out in the 1920s and it was part of the flapper era and, you know, empowerment, female empowerment, like all of that. So it was meant to be edgy and a little bit masculine for the time. It's a little bit like rebellious for the time is really what I'm trying to say. And it is like quite a smoky, resinous, rich vanilla. There's incense, leather, like it's bold. It's quite bold and easily could be pulled off by a guy. Also, the Souffle de Lumiere, which I personally can wear and I really enjoy. It's more of a lemony light version. So if you don't want to go for something very rich, this one's a little bit of a lighter version. And it has a really nice citrus note in here. It doesn't have the leather or the smokiness. It's more about the vanilla. There's some musk and lemon, and it's not sweet. I don't find this one sweet. I know the Shalimar Souffle flankers are sweet. This one doesn't have the sweetness. It's more citrusy. So this one could easily be worn by a man. Next is Eau de Velours from Bottega Veneta. This is quite a vampy scent on a woman, but on a man, it would be just really elegant. There's leather, plum, and rose that are the main notes. Again, not sweet, very take charge, very bold, and very sexy. Like this would be a really great date night scent. It would be very unique and it will make you like stand out and be different. Such an excellent leather-based fragrance. And we're down to the last two. So this is Dolce Gabbana Light Blue. I have a flanker. The light blue for women actually smells even better on men than the men's light blue. So actually, I urge men to go for the women's light blue. You can go for this or the intense. The intense is a little bit more sharp it's so good. It's just fresh, clean, citrusy, and it would be perfect for a summer day. It would be perfect for a day at the beach or just hanging out, going to the gym, like super easy to wear, super casual, clean, pleasant, really, really likable. And it will add that extra like unique touch with it being on a guy. There's no reason why this shouldn't be unisex, and I really do prefer this over the light blue for men. So try wearing the women's light blue if you're a guy. Now, the last one is a fragrance from MAC Cosmetics, and this is called Velvet Teddy. Velvet Teddy is for those of you that love Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford, because this smells basically identical to Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford, and I will be doing a video on comparing this one to Tobacco Vanille in like a bougie versus budget segment, and I'll go a little bit more in depth. But essentially, this is a sweet tobacco fragrance, very, very similar to Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. Perfect for the winter, very cozy, very sweet. So this is probably the sweetest fragrance that I have in this list. But the tobacco offsets it, makes it very wearable for a man, especially if you love Tobacco Vanille but you don't want to shell out the big bucks. You can go for this, and it basically smells almost the same. So now that we're at the end, I'll tell you which are my favorite ones. So I'll actually give you my top 3 picks from this list. And one of them is Eau de Velours by Bottega Veneta, because I think this would be a perfect fall winter scent. I'm not putting them in order, I'm just picking 3, so this is one of them. The next one is my little teeny tiny sample of Hermes Eau de Merveille. I think it would be a perfect signature scent, like working across all seasons. Love it. And lastly, Dolce Gabbana Light Blue for women, but for men. And that would be just like amazing for spring and summer. So there you have it. These are fragrances that are marketed towards women but would smell fantastic on men. Definitely check them out and see if they work for you, and leave me a comment down below and let me know which other ones you think would be excellent on a man. Please make sure to subscribe if you guys haven't already. Make sure to click the notification bell so that way you guys never miss a video, and like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.